So to be smart, you know, to get the proper size, we're gonna do a Virtual Studio with 2. You know, we'll use that one. You know, and we're gonna Shift D on the keyboard. That makes another copy, and then select it and rotate it. I'm saying, and go 90 right here. Bang, you got it perfect. So now you got it, and that's, by the way, how we used to make long time ago trees. I'm sure you guys remember that. You know, and if you have to have a really low poly tree to make, that's how you do it. That's how you make the bush, by the way. So remember that for your bush exercise. That's how you do it. Okay, in smaller. Okay. So now we can have multiple, you know, ones. So you can go right here, and we can actually. Oops, sorry. I'm back to my thing right here. Just a second. Let me change my display. Hold on. All right, now remember, to get to your display like that, you need to click on 6 on your keyboard. If you select that, 5 will be white, 6 will display your texture. Remember that. Now, if you're not getting the actual transparency, go back to the Virtual Pro version, the second video of the Virtual Studio. That'll tell you how to do that. Now, it's important now that we have that we actually place our right here too. Okay, always check in the 3D. How it's working for us, and it's working just fine for us. Okay, so now we're going to pull it up. So we are doing a cross Virtual Studio. Shoebox, open shoebox also exists, but for this one we'll do the cross. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing in that viewport. We did earlier. So vertex, 2 vertices right here, bring them back here, make sure bring the top one here. Oops, right there. Same thing here. Now, the bigger the piece right here, I could go lower right here and really start low like that and give it more shape. I can't do that, that's fine. All right? But you have to remember that we talked about the level of definition, details. So you're going to be very careful with that. Very quickly it'll power up. And then you have a forest, okay? So remember that. So now we're doing pretty good. All right. Now we can go, actually replace those because we moved them down. So let's replace them. And we're going to learn a new tool. Basically now we are going to create more geometry for our object. So we're going to select our object right here. We're going to right click on it, and we are going to select face. And we're going to select the top face. See how it turns green, orange now after it's been selected? You know, and we're gonna use a tool called extrude. We're gonna extrude, which create more face, more geometry that will replace, just like we did with that one, all the way up to the end. That's what it gets down to. It's that simple. And that tool is in Polygon. It's called extrude in Edit Mesh right here. And you click on extrude, and you bring it up. And now you do that in one of the orthographic viewport. And again, you can go really far in your extrude, but then your mesh becomes really sharp and bulky. You know, you can go really low in your extrude, but you have a lot of definition that you add every time, and it'll become heavy. So you gotta be in between. That's why you have level of details. I do medium for this class, all right? So right here, and I'm gonna scale it because it's, you know, rotated, you know, I'm gonna scale it. It's a 360 rotation, so for now I'll just scale it. Okay. Now, a very useful tool, go back to that, is to actually use the G key, okay? If you have your mesh, see, we look at it right now, see, it looks pretty good. Yeah. If you look right here on your keyboard, you can click on G, and it will redo your last action. So to go faster, sorry, my stuff doesn't look good because I'm recording again. It goes a lot faster, okay? So sometimes that's something you might want to really look into it. I use it quite a bit, actually. In the class, I'm not going to use it much because I don't want you guys to get lost. So now you replace yours so they look good. You know, they're inside that, basically. And you want to do every side every time. You don't want to wait to do it at the end. That's a bad error, okay? Because then it's too much work. Because the next extrude depends on the previous one. So if you've done well your work on the previous one, you have a lot less work on the second one, the next one. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important to do your job well, you guys, okay?